Welcome to the first edition of the National News Breakdown. Joshua Ngo here to give you first edition of news, not just from the Northwest, but from around America. So first off, so we're just gonna jump straight into this. So first off, in the NFL, it took him a week. Phillip Rivers decides to retire from NFL football after about 16 years in the league. He went to 8 Pro Bowls, but has not been to the Super Bowl. He threw over 63,440 yards, 421 touchdowns, and 209 interceptions in 244 games. So, a good quarterback that will be missed. In other NFL news, a very big injury update heading into the conference championship games. Bills at Chiefs and Buccaneers at Packers. That's going to be 2 of my picks in Saturday's prediction video. So, injury updates. Antonio Brown sat out today, practiced today with a knee injury. He's listed as day-to-day heading to the game. There's also 2 more wide receivers that have injuries. Mike Evans with a knee, Chris Godwin with a quad, running back Ronald Jones with quad finger, quarterbacks Sean Murphy-Bunting with a quad, Jordan Whitehead with a knee, defensive lineman Maya Ledbetter with a calf, and offensive guard pectoral were listed as limited participants. So some of these people could be out. Evans, Godwin, Jones, Bunting, Whitehead, limited practice. Ledbetter and Marpet were listed as full participants. In the Packers injury report, kicker, main people, kicker Mason Crosby shoulder were limited participants, as well as one of their wide receivers, Allen Lazard. And that'll be it. They got some tight ends and offensive tackles and a safety, all as limited participants. And safety, Will Redmond was a full participant with a knee injury. No Packers players did not participate in practice today. So it looks like, as of right now, everybody who's good, nothing too big yet. It looks like all Packers will play in the NFC Conference Championship game against Tom Brady. Before we get into the Bills and Chiefs injuries report, I just want to say real quick, interesting stat. Since about 1999, a very big stat that you might haven't heard of. So, number of times Tom Brady and Dallas Cowboys went to the NFC Championship game since 1999. Tom Brady 1, Cowboys 0. Number of years in the NFC. Cowboys 21. Brady 1. Yeah, his first year just goes to the NFC Championship game. The Cowboys haven't even done that in 21 seasons. Yeah, not looking good. Just saying that noise accidentally. Sorry about that. Now to the Bills Chiefs. Stephon Diggs was limited with a oblique injury. Cole Beasley was not listed on the injury report with the knee issue. And that is it, other than Quentin Jefferson was a limited participant with an ankle injury. Now with the Chiefs, as you may know, Mahomes suffered a concussion last Sunday and will go through the protocol to reach the game, which is day to day, and he's working through the protocol. How does it work? Basically, it will begin with rest and recovery, where the athlete must avoid all activities except stretching. Then, once they reach the next phase, they can begin light aerobic exercise under the supervision of the medical staff. And then when they've met that sufficiently, they will continue with cardiovascular workouts and strength training. As they progress, they can perform position-specific training minus contact activities. And then the final two parts to getting them into game is to be evaluated and then to be cleared by the team physician. But to prevent doctors just either siding with them, just okay, or something like that, they must sign with or talk to a neutral doctor to perform an evaluation. So hopefully, I don't know who you choose, who you side with, but I hope that he'll get better. Hopefully he'll play, or else it won't be a good game on Sunday. So now to the MLS. Tomorrow will begin with the 2021 MLS Superdraft on 11 a.m. 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So Superdraft is just a fancy name. It will also be held virtually. Instead of 4 rounds, it will consist of 3 rounds, picking of the top college players. Now here's the thing. For the Seattle Sounders, their only pick will be the 3rd round, 80th overall in the 26th pick in the draft, or 26th pick of the 3rd round. They would have always picked 26th per each round because they finished second in the season. In the standings, since they lost the MLS Cup against the Columbus. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the mascot. Columbus Crew. There we go. Here's the thing. Since it went down from a 4 rounds to 3 rounds, any club that received a 4th round pick via trade will get a compensatory pick at the conclusion of round 3. So instead of round 4, Kansas City, Miami, Real Salt Lake, Miami again, and Nashville, who all received 2021 Superdraft round 4 picks, will instead receive the 82nd to 86th picks overall and 28th to 32nd picks of the 3rd round. The top 10 picks will be Austin, which will always pick first every round due to expansion. FC Cincinnati, Houston, DC United, Atlanta United, Colorado. That's a trade. Colorado Rapids, not the actual order. Colorado Rapids from Chicago via trade. Real Salt Lake, Portland, the 8th spot, which acquired from LA. Vancouver, and then Miami, and then Austin will pick 11th via a trade. So that'll be it. You can make sure to watch the draft. But if you want to know the Sounders pick, I will be make sure to check out YouTube as by then, hopefully, breaking news alert. I will make a breaking news video on who the Sounders select for the Super Draft. Yeah, the reason they traded their first and second round picks in the 2020 Super Draft. The first one was to get Roman Torres back from Miami, and then the second one pick they traded away was for an extra international spot from Vancouver, and they traded their second round for that. But basically, what an international slot is, which they traded for in 2019, was that I don't know the details in it, but basically to have an international player on their team, you need to have one of those slots, and I'm guessing at that time you could trade them. But they needed an extra slot since they had 9 international players at that time, which is why they traded their second round pick. So we'll see who they'll draft. It's at the back end, so we don't know who it'll be. Okay, now to the NBA. If you saw my previous breaking news video, the Grizzlies and the Blazers, due to it looks like contract tracing within the Grizzlies, had to be postponed. It was the 16th regular season game to be postponed, but the NBA issued a memo reaffirming the rules that require teams to remain on their half of the court in pregame and halftime warm-up, and they will limit physical contact to include only elbow or fist bumps. High fives, hugs, or handshakes aren't allowed, nor are extended post-game conversations. So basically now they'll almost have they'll follow the same COVID rules in the social kind of range, the same type as us. And finally, George Springer has been traded, a Houston batter, to the Toronto Blue Jays. So the reason I took this trade, brought up this trade, is because he was one of their star players for the Houston Astros, has won 3 All-Star, has been the World Series MVP, and a 2-time Silver Slugger. He's paid $150 million for 6 years with the Blue Jays. That's American dollars, not Canadian dollars, which are weaker in currency, and at this writing is about 80%. One Canadian dollar is 80% of an American dollar. He has won a lot of accolades, but we'll see if he does good with a new team, as they were caught in the scandal with the trash can and stuff. But he did match up pretty good last season, as hitting a .265 average, .265 batting average. His career average is .270, and hitting 14 runs and 50 hits in only about in 189 at-bats, and in a shorter season due to the coronavirus. So that will be it for the national news breakdown. Make sure to subscribe to my channel at Northwest Sports Report. Like this video and comment what do you think about Phillip Rivers retiring, and if he should have gone another year. I'm Joshua Ngo, and this is the Northwest Sports Report.